I gotta reset up my controller. Hold on. I guess while I'm doing this, yeah, hi, welcome to Lightning Round Battlegrounds. Oh god, it's just not gonna work.
Kai beat me, though it felt less like being beat and more like I was just like I looked away and I looked back to my computer. I'm like, oh.
Guess I'm done. See, I wanted balloons. Now we're here, and I'm trying to get my controller to work properly, and it's being a bitch. Okay, we're playing with mouse and keyboard because my fucking controller won't hook up.
Yeah.
But
Even your controller was not.
Okay. This feels amazing and nostalgic. It's been a minute since I have. It's Professor Juniper! I didn't mean to skip that out either way.
14-year-old me would have said the best one, and then I played Gen 6 and Professor Sycamore showed up.
Okay, so for me, it's kind of a toss-up. It's between Sycamore, Juniper, and Kukui.
Which one's Kukui again?
That's Alola. Alright, are you a boy or a girl? So I want to know if you know about this. I'm turning this down a little bit. This is killing my ears. Do you know their canon names?
Not at all, no.
So we're not going to be using him no matter what, but I like pointing this out. So in canon, this is Hilda,
Okay.
and this is Herbert. Sorry, not Herbert, Hubert.
That's actually crazy.
It is.
Hilda is a pretty normal name. I'll give her that, but
Hubert?
he gets bullied.
He does.
I'm sorry, but like,
we're playing.
and I'm gonna bully him right now. His hair is not it. We're not.
It's not. I pretty typically pick the girl characters, and my name works for both genders, so I stick with my name. And then this little bastard will stick with Hugh. I like having the actual canon rival names.
Damn, not Luke.
Nah, I thought about it, but I've made a lot of changes to what this was going. Because originally this was going to be Devil May Cry, and then I changed it to this, and then I was going to actually have my rival's name be Luke, which I ended up changing just because I like to keep it a little more canon there. But then I almost switched it back to Devil May Cry because we're getting Dante versus Clive, and it just felt too perfect.
That just means I can do Devil May Cry.
Yeah, but with the big thing with that was, I don't know if I'm feeling it. I'm feeling Pokemon right now because I'm playing the fuck out of Legends. I've had Legends ZA for like 2 days, and I put 20 hours into it.
Now I can actually ask, what do you think of that game? Because all I've seen of it so far is how the main city is just a singular texture.
To an extent, it kind of is. But I think people are way over simplifying it. It's not one texture. It is a very similar texture all the way around, but it's not all the same. And I'll be the first to tell you, it doesn't look as good as I want it to. That being said, it is still gameplay-wise fucking fantastic.
Sorry, no, I was wrong. It's not a singular texture. Let me send it in the chat. It's a singular model.
Oh, the buildings? Yeah.
Which is like,
Yeah.
sure, whatever. it's... I'm sure it wouldn't look too different. That just seems very, like... I almost feel like someone who, like, didn't have enough to work on was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this in one project file.
A big thing that I did find out is... Do you know how much money Nintendo spent on Breath of the Wild?
No idea.
It was $100 million. Do you know how much... Which,
I assume that's normal for a game.
Pokemon, I will say this, I will preface with this, Pokemon as a brand is the highest grossing franchise of all time throughout all media.
Which is fucking wild.
They spent on Pokemon Legends ZA $13 million.
That's fucked up, actually.
It is so fucked up. Because, like, what? You can't put a little more money into this game that everyone's really excited for? Give us more fucking variety?
I'm just looking up. Name a random AAA game. Just so I can gauge how much is normal.
Borderlands 4, that just came out.
$300 million for Borderlands 4.
Yeah. Like,
but I was going to say that the excuse could be that Nintendo forces them to push out a Pokemon game like pretty much every year. So like
had an
it might
extra
not
year
be a
on this
budget
one.
issue. I was going to say it's a time issue, but they had an extra year. Okay. Shit. Though I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you saw because you're like the Pokemon person. You probably know everything about Game Freak. The new Game Freak game that's not Pokemon.
I saw that shit. It looks so good.
I know.
It's not Game Freak's fault. It's fucking Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. Like, being a Nintendo fan is fucking hard. It's easy if you choose to sit here and be ignorant to everything they do that's bad. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna own up to, like, yeah, they kinda suck. I just want to play Donkey Kong.
I would say that's not being a Nintendo fan, that's being a Nintendo accomplice.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. Not quite. That's not the right word, but like...
Acquaintance.
Nintendo...
I held it up to my fucking camera. We're not using camera for this. I'm so used to recording for my own channel. I have my copy of Legends ZA in front of me. Give me...
So glad we're playing a better game right now.
Better? I need to take some time on that one.
It's...
Okay.
First time rage baiting. I'm a little nervous.
Okay. So this one, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what one I wanted to use. Embor's my favorite.
Really?
I don't vibe with any of the Gen 5 starters all that much. But of them, Embor's my favorite. However, I've played through with Embor twice. So I don't want to do that again. So it was between Snivy and Oshawott. At which point it kind of became, what other Pokemon do I really want to use? And if I have another grass type that I really want to use, I won't use Snivy. And if I have another water type I really want to use, I won't use Oshawott. And I think overall, I prefer Snivy. However, there is another grass type that we will be meeting later that I want to use more.
Damn.
So, we're going to be going with Oshawott.
That just means Hugh will have the grass type.
So we will be seeing Snivy.
I can self-insert Hugh and pretend I'm kicking your ass. Except, I will probably lose.
Alright, and then we're going with a nickname. So, this is probably... I have what you might consider the worst nicknames of all time, 9 times out of 10, it's me just being like, hey, this is kind of similar to this other media I like. We're going to give it a name from that. So this is a samurai, and
I already have a name in mind.
What is yours? I want to see if I like it more than mine.
Jack. For Samurai Jack.
So that was my name.
God damn it.
I was immediately like, yep, Samurai Jack. Unless it was a girl, if I happened to get like the 18% chance and Oshawott was female, I was gonna name her Raven.
You know, if it was a female Oshawott, ironically, the first thing that came to my mind was Yote, like Ghost of Yote, but that's not her name.
No, I haven't played it. I don't know like anything about it.
All I know is that's not her name. It's the same thing about like how people will say like, oh my god, it's John Halo.
Oh yeah. But his first name is John.
But his last name's not Halo.
It's not.
Like, I've seen multiple videos of people calling her Yote, and the entire comment sections are just like, that is not what she is called!
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Are we fighting? Is that right now? I gotta say, this game is peak. I don't like Hugh. He's annoying.
No, I kind of miss Bianca and the other one that starts with CH. I don't remember his name.
Sharon.
Something about the opening for the first game and how you just have a Pokemon battle in your upstairs room.
Oh yeah.
And how it like trashes the entire room. Something about that to me is iconic. Specifically, I think it was because as a kid I didn't think about how a Pokemon battle is like actually happening and there's like consequences.
Yeah. Also,
they make it so video game like. It's
Gen 5 music. It's peak.
Ooh, and this is the game where the they're not pseudo legendaries, but the like trio legendaries.
Yeah.
Fighting them is mandatory, and therefore we get to hear the best song in the entire game.
Yeah. Quit yelling at me, Hugh. Just let me fight. I might actually lose this because Snivy's faster and like is hitting a bit harder. Like around the same, but with that Leer, it might be Jover. Or not, it's just gonna need Leer again.
I was gonna say, sometimes they just don't even attack because of the amount of times they use Leer.
And I got a crit. Alright, never mind. I was worried for nothing.
Almost 2, damn.
Let's fucking go.
I will say, I have no idea, like, why I even continued playing Pokemon because of my experience. I'll give you a little bit of lore. My first time experience with Pokemon was genuinely terrible, but I was so young, I had no idea what was going on. We all got... Me and Lucas got Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And, like, definitely not on release. We just saw it in GameStop, and we're like, wow, that looks cool. We should play it. And then the next day, Noah got Pokemon Platinum. When we could have just all gotten Pokemon Platinum. So watching him play that was, like, very obviously the better game. But me and Lucas started at the exact same time. We picked our starters, and then Lucas was like, hey, can I borrow your Turtwig real quick? And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, I just want to fill out the Pokedex entry for it. And then something happened. I probably like went to bed or something. And then I proceeded to ask for my Turtwig back for the next like 2 weeks. And when he finally gave it back, it was fully evolved level 40.
Bro!
And I didn't think to like restart the game or anything. I just struggled.
What the hell? I'm calling Lucas. This is bullshit. We need to fix this.
Thankfully, every time I tell that story, he's very obviously like, yeah, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah.
But that was just like suffering. And then also, I don't even, yeah, I did end up beating Diamond. Played through Heart Gold perfectly fine. And then when Pokemon Black and White came out, I got White. And for some reason, it might have just been because my DS was too old or it was broken or something. It had this really weird bug of every time I would press attack and then use something to attack with, like use a skill, it would give me the summary instead of doing it.
Oh.
So like, I would press fight, press tackle or whatever, and then it would tell me what tackle does, but it wouldn't tackle. So I just couldn't play the game on my DS.
That sucks.
And so by the time, like, I think I got a new DS or something, Lucas and Noah had both beaten the Elite Four, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm just behind on this one.
Yeah. I've always loved Pokemon. I didn't play a whole lot of it when I was, like, super little, but I watched the show a lot. And then I would get the games when they came out, and then I would suck ass at them and not be able to beat them. But then the year Pokemon X and Y came out, me and Noble got them for Christmas. I got X, Noble got Y, and then Noble, and this is something I will never let him live down, he just starts openly, like, almost crying about how he wanted X, not Y. When this is in front of our grandparents after they gave us this gift. And I'm just like, dude, just switch with me.
Right.
Like, he didn't have to do that there. We could have waited till we were done and then, like, switched later, but I've played every game since. I played all the older games. It's always been a really big part of my life.
Mm-hmm. I remember, like, we beat White 1 and 2. Sorry, we beat Black and White 1.
Yeah.
And then, I don't really know, like, someone convinced all three of us that, like, the next big thing in video games was iPods. So we didn't get 3DSs or anything when we came out. We got iPods and played, like, Angry Birds and shit.
Huh.
That sucked.
I'm so sorry.
But thankfully, we found Minecraft when it was in, like, a technically, like, early access state.
Yeah.
So, like, we played Minecraft for, like, that was about to turn into one of those stories of, like, I knew it before it was cool, but, like, I got tired of it after multiple years of playing.
Yeah.
And then one day I went to school and everyone was like, dude, have you heard of this Minecraft game? I'm like, what?
What?
I thought we were done with this.
I guess something I want to talk about a little bit. I'm gonna go over what Pokemon I'm gonna use for the team as we come across them. But one thing I did for this was all the Pokemon that I used in my original team of Pokemon White are banned. I'm not allowed to use any of them. So I won't be using Emboar, Sawsbuck, Excadrill, Beartick, Galvantula, or Seismitoad. Those are all off the table.
Good. All of my favorites are on the table.
Also, this is the one where they let all the past gen Pokemon back in. For the most part, when it comes to games like this, I prefer to keep my team as, like, that gen Pokemon. We will be having one past gen Pokemon that I actually can get pretty early.
Oshawott.
Yeah. But outside of that one, it's all going to be Gen 5 Pokemon.
Sweet.
Because I have the opinion that a lot of people seem to fucking hate that the Gen 5 Dex isn't garbage. In fact, I really like it.
I was just about to talk about that, how, like, specifically Noah said, like, the Gen 5 Pokemon just kind of fucking suck, and since then, the only opinions I've seen is that they're not good. But honestly, I only think, like, some of, like, the Route 1 Pokemon are okay. And even then, that's just how all Pokemon games are.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you compare, like, Patrat to, like, Rattata or Zigzagoon, you know, all those, Patrat kind of sucks balls. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. It's just, like, it feels like something they've already done before.
But, like, and, like, same with, like, I don't like Pidove. Pidove just feels like worse Pidgey. Hi, Alder.
I forgot he just shows up.
Dude, how are your knees not fucked?
Despite, like, when I played this just having come from white and him, like, kicking my ass twice. And he just shows up. I'm like,
no, please leave me alone. Hold on, I'm gonna grab this item.
The timeless bit. Please follow me. Goes the other direction.
Alright, actually, hold on. Before I forget, I want to do this now. Okay. Oh, actually, I also want to check. What is Oshawott nature? Mild. Okay. So plus special attack, minus defense. That's not. That actually. I don't like that.
I don't remember if his like signature like thing attack
physical
is like his special. Oh damn.
Which I mean, it doesn't. His physical attack isn't lowered, so that's a good thing. But taking that hit to defense for an attacking stat we're only going to use for like the beginning part of the game is a little rough.
Get a new Oshawott. Go to
reset
Bianca and say mine's broken.
Bianca, this one doesn't work. Alder, what the fuck are you doing? Oh yeah, we're going to the trainer school, I forgot. I like how I stopped in the Pokemon Center and just was like, oh yeah, I can just like, you know, save some time real quick. And then he's like, go stop in the Pokemon Center if you need to. Like, pay attention, you old fucking geriatric bastard.
My favorite Pokemon bit of all time will be Gen 7. When you're given the Pokedex. And they're like, this is a Pokedex. You can use it to register Pokemon in it. And then Hop walks up to you and is like, no, this is Gen 8. Hop walks up to you and is like, is that a Pokedex? Did you know you can register Pokemon in it?
Oh,
and then you leave the professor's office and a random pedestrian just runs up to you full sprint and is like, is that a Pokedex? Did you know you could register Pokemon in that?
Galar is... It's something. So... My opinion on Galar has shifted wildly. When I did my first playthrough of it, I was of the opinion that it was one of the greatest Pokemon games I've ever played. I beat the entire thing in one night, and because I was having so much fun. And then I went to go play through it again, and I got bored after 20 minutes.
I think the wilds section was a cool concept.
And then it fell
That's
off
about
real
it.
quick. We locked eyes.
I can just never forgive the fact that they replaced a perfectly good Mega Evolution system with a worse Mega Evolution system.
I love Mega Evolution so much, and then they went to Z moves, and I'm like, alright, this is kinda cool, but not nearly as cool. And then they went to Gigantamax, and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then they went to fucking Terastallization, and now I'm just like,
I don't even know what that is. I haven't played that one.
It's basically, instead of Pokemon having unique forms or anything like that, every Pokemon can terrestrialize to become another type. So basically, they get like this weird like glass look to them, and they get a big goofy ass hat to display what type they become, and then become just that type, and they get an extra boost on to the moves of that type.
That is just one of the many features of Mega Evolution, but worse.
It's
because like there were certain types where like they were a grass type, and then they'd Mega Evolve to be Grass Dragon.
Oh yeah, because the Sceptile did it. Pinsir became Bug Flying. Altaria went from Dragon Flying to Dragon Fairy. Like, there's a lot of cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're
just like, no.
I've been playing. So when I'm playing through ZA, like I said, and I wanted to split my team to be. I wanted it to be all Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. And I wanted it to be half new Megas, and then half old Megas that I've just never gotten to use. But like, so I'm using Feraligatr, and it Megas into a Water Dragon type, and it's fucking sick as hell. And I don't think any of the other ones on my team do that. But
I'm glad they at least understood that Megas are like core to at least Gen 6 identity.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that.
Because I could totally see them developing Legend ZA and somehow not having Mega Evolution in it.
Right?
And instead having like Z moves or some shit.
Can you fuck off? Yes, hello, Patrat. I don't want to see you in my town ever again. I don't need to keep you. I need to stop doing it. I remember when this game came out. I kind of fucking. Well, not this one, but like Black and White. I kind of fucking hated it. I was also a small child.
Yeah.
But something about it just irked me, and it wasn't even the whole like cut decks, because I didn't care. Something about the game just fucking pissed me off, though.
Maybe it's because it resembles the Midwest, and that's where we live.
Maybe, but like I love Kalos, and that's France. Like,
you know what? Yeah, you're right.
I saw something. It was talking about ZA, and it's when you the way you get a lot of Mega Stones in the game is through fighting rogue Mega Pokemon, which are like Pokemon that are being forced to Mega Evolve. And the first you run into is Absol, and he just looks so defeated before you confront him. And someone just said, you know what, this game is peak. It really shows the disappointment you feel when you go to France. Fucking any chance to shit on the French is one that I will take.
We've been watching a lot of French movies in my film communication class, and I don't. It's funny because, like, you know, it's funny to make fun of the French, but then sometimes you have to be like, I need to take a step back because I might actually be sounding racist right now.
Yeah.
But then I watch these movies, and it's funny how much they make fun of themselves in, like, almost the exact same regard.
Yeah. And this is why I don't like you. Bro is a total fucking spaz.
I don't blame him. Being a teenager's hard.
To an extent. You're not even looking! Nah, he just fucking sucks. Now, give me that item. Hi, Psyduck. When I was playing Scarlet and Violet, before I even made it to the school in the beginning of the game, I ran into a shiny Psyduck.
Huh.
It felt like fate. And then I used it on my team, and I'm reminded why no one uses Golduck. It sucks ass.
Can't confirm. I used Golduck on my main team, and I was suffering.
I was having enough fun, I guess. I'm already... Like, we're already only a few levels away from evolving Jack. Goddamn. Alright, nothing done here. Okay, now let's actually go help an animal that's being beat. What do you gotta say? Something bullshit? Yeah, force me to fight the trainer, you dickwad.
I'll never get over how, like, in situations like this, nobody ever names their Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, we gotta go find Dog.
Something I'm considering doing off-screen is going and catching a fuck ton of Lillipups and filling up my team until I get other team members with Lillipups that no pickup, that like have that as their ability. So that way I'm just getting a fuck ton of items. Treat them like the animals they are. No. That's just fueling Nick's argument against me with Pokemon.
What's his argument?
That this is basically slavery.
I did, come to think of it, I did bring that up at some point, and it felt like I just continued an argument that I, like, wasn't a part of. Like, I referenced how, like a Pokeball is like, how it's described as, like, being comfortable, and, like, how the Pokemon actually like it.
Yeah.
And then he started going, like, I still stand by this, that's bullshit. And I'm like, I felt like I started something that I wasn't a part of to begin with.
Me and Nick have had multiple full fucking arguments about the morality of Pokemon. And he always comes back to basically that it's like we're forcing animals to fight, which isn't the case if you know Pokemon, which I've tried to explain to him, that throughout the entirety of Pokemon, it is explained very clearly that Pokemon don't always want to fight, and if they don't want to fight and you try and force them, you're the fucking worst. You don't deserve Pokemon. As well as Pokemon enjoy battle. It's something they just do. And now they just have a trainer. And like things like Mega Evolution only work through friendship. Hell, there's multiple Pokemon that evolve through friendship. Like, it's not some weird, like, slavery thing.
There are definitely, like, trainers who are like that.
Right, but they're the bad guys.
I will say, the Pokeball thing, that's the one thing where, in my eyes, they can say it's being inside a Pokeball is comfortable and it could be like a mansion for them. They're still missing out on, like, enrichment, like going outside and, like, communicating with other Pokemon. But that's also a trainer problem. It's right. Like putting a dog in a cage. Like, people leave their dogs in cages for way too long.
That's even something that's like discussed a bit in the anime. Is like with Professor Oak, how all the Pokemon, you know, that Ash catches that he can't have on him are sent to him. He says straight up that he has sections of time every day where he lets individual trainers Pokemon out, so that way they can interact. So it's like not even like then they're not like missing out on stuff.
It would be so easy to mistreat them, but that's just not something that happens morally.
Right, even
in most cases.
Even a lot of the bad guys, like Jesse and James in the anime, treat their Pokemon really well. And even like
it's hard to call them bad guys though.
Yeah. But like even in like Brilliant like Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, Cyrus is one of the most evil bastards in the world with a plan to use Giratina, Palkia, or Dialga in the game to literally destroy the universe. And one of his best Pokemon is a Crobat, a Pokemon you can only get through high friendship with a Golbat.
What if he traded it?
I mean, no, because you see him with a Golbat earlier in the game.
Oh yeah.
Get over here, you... Okay, no. Wait a second. Keep hitting the dog, I guess. I'll be there in a second. I almost considered using Snivy and then grabbing Azurill here, but I decided against it.
Thinking about it, genuinely, Black and White 1, like, tackle the nuance of the take of, like, Pokemon are being used as slaves.
Yeah.
Like, that is what the original Team Plasma is all about, is freeing them when they are very much proven wrong.
Yeah.
That's why this game is good, is because Team Plasma goes on to treat their Pokemon like slaves.
Yeah.
And so that tackles that nuance, too.
Is this the one where you just get to straight up see him punch the fuck out of this dog?
I don't remember.
I think that, no, that was in Black and White. You just straight up see them, some Team Plasma members, just beating the fuck out of a Munna.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Hi, Herdier. Hugh, can you shut the fuck up for 2 seconds? Bro's letting his trauma control everyone.
This is where I watched my Snivy die, Kai.
How a bummer, dude. I love that comic panel is real, if you know what I think it's what you're referencing.
Does he genuinely say Cowabummer?
Yes, that is Raphael saying Cowabummer. To Batman saying this is where I watched my parents die, Raphael. Cowabummer, dude.
I mean, Batman's fault for trauma dumping like that.
On a teenager, no less. Like, it's your fault for thinking he's gonna take you seriously.
Is that why TMNT gets rebooted so much? Because they keep growing old?
Probably. Dude, Magic the fucking Gathering is doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set.
Hold on. I'm looking it up.
We got some card reveals, not all of them. But they're using stuff from their entire history as characters, not even just like one specific version, and I love it.
I'm sending this to my friend Evie because they're like as much of a fan of TMNT as you are of Death Battle.
I need to talk with Evie more, because I fucking love Ninja Turtles. Bye, guys. Wait, Thank you.
Hold on, I wanna send you, or I just want to read out something that I've been doing on TikTok lately. Every time I see a Dungeons and Dragons related post on TikTok the past few weeks, the official D&D TikTok account will be in the comment section somewhere saying something.
Right.
Do you know about Wizards of the Coast
Being the
and
worst?
the whole specifically the whole thing they did where they sent a content creator a card pack like 2 weeks early, and so they hired
the
like
Pinkertons?
a private, the Pinkertons.
Yep.
It was a post about someone saying like it was just the party members being like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared to playing today, and the DM's like, oh no, this is just gonna be a boring like shopping adventure, while like behind the DM screen you can see a Tarrasque mini.
Oh.
And so the comment from D&D was time to go Tarrasque saddle shopping, and my response to that comment, which is very close to having more likes, is time to also go shopping for the real life Pinkertons that Wizards of the Coast, the company that owns D&D and Magic the Gathering, uses in situations such as when they sent an MGG guard pack 2 weeks early to a content creator. They sent the Pinkertons to illegally enter the creator's home and threaten/harass them into giving the cards back when it was in fact Wizards of the Coast's fault.
You know what's even worse about that whole situation? The person who they sent them to was, was a content creator, was 17.
That's fucked up. They're probably like in their parents' house.
Yeah. That is so fucked.
Yeah, now every time I see them, I spin whatever they're saying into talking about the Pinkertons.
That's good. I love Magic the Gathering so much. Fuck Wizards of the Coast.
Mm-hmm. It's like how Game Freak puts out good content, but fuck Nintendo.
Right. What the? I don't think I've ever been back here. What the hell? Oh, this is gonna be a thing later.
Rock Smash.
Where's the Hulk when you need him?
He hasn't smashed the door yet. We're still waiting on him.
He's building the gauntlet.
Yeah.
So I saw a post on Reddit talking about Dante versus Clive, and this right here is why I don't really care too much about the matchup. They were talking about dimensional scaling between the two of them.
Man, I hate that.
I do too. But according to this person, and their explanation was very in deep, it's basically that Devil May Cry typically gets up to 5D, whereas Final Fantasy 16 can get up to 8D.
Dude, it's like people like their games about swinging swords and throwing punches.
Right.
Can we not just like focus on that?
Nope. Not allowed
like
to.
I get that there's dimensional stuff, especially because the end of the game, like Clive kind of like rewrites reality a little bit.
Yeah.
But like it's so situational that it's not something he could use anywhere outside the context of the game.
They might still give it to him, who knows? I have no idea what it is, but
He erases all forms of magic, so it becomes just a normal world.
Huh. Why?
Albeit with like Googles and stuff. Magic is very, very different in Final Fantasy 16. They kind of add the nuance of it all has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So specifically, there's humans and there's bearers. Bearers are people who have like innate magic abilities, but using those magic abilities takes a toll on their body to the point where if they overspend it, they slowly kind of like their body decays until they're kind of just like a corpse.
Cool.
But when it is not a bearer, they use magic in the form of crystals, which, yeah, Final Fantasy, crystals everywhere.
Yeah.
But the crystals specifically take magic in from the ambient elements, so the wind and the grass and everything else. With how industrialized the world had become and like how much crystals had become just like part of the mainstream, it was creating mass patches, like continent-sized deadlands, to the point where like years from the events of the game, the world was probably just going to be dead.
Oh.
So Clive's solution was to get rid of magic.
I mean, the chance that there's actually any correlation in these two is very, very small. But that's just the ending to Star Butterfly versus the Forces of Evil.
I don't even know what that is. Hold on.
It's a Disney show. I think that it's Star versus the Forces of Evil, not Star Butterfly. That's just her full name, but...
I vaguely recognize this. The funniest part about that whole plotline, though, is the fact that in order to, like... There were 5 mother crystals, which when you destroy a mother crystal, all crystals that come from that mother crystal just disappear. And that's how he did it, is by destroying the mother crystals. In an attempt to destroy each mother crystal, he essentially had to, like, overthrow the empire of each... Like, every empire that owned a mother crystal. To the point where magic was... By the time he had gotten through all of these empires, magic was no longer industrialized. And it probably would have been fine.
Shit, alright. You go there. Okay. So, that's a little over what I was planning for the first episode. So that's probably a good cutoff point.